Welcome back with another video. You already know where we at. We're at the airport right now, just picking up the rental car. So we on the 5th floor, T25, picking up the rental car. You see everything's looking good. It's a little dusty. They took it to the beach and everything and just rode around town. So let me do the walk through the car, make sure it's looking all good, and it does. I don't see anything so far. Like I said, just a little dirty, but you know, nothing too crazy. So let me go ahead and unlock the door. I see that they bought this and we're using this to wipe some stuff down, you know. So I guess they had some kids, you know, so they wanted to keep everything kind of clean and looking good. Water. Gotta have your water on these hot days like this. Gotta stay hydrated. Start it up. It is hot today. A little bit of a warm day today, for real. So I left the business car on a full tank of gas. Today's video is gonna be about moving out and when to know you're ready to move out and kind of how to get ready to move out. I moved out of my parents' house at the age of 23. So once I graduated high school, I decided to go to college. I wasn't sure what I really wanted to go for, so I went to Francis Marion University, and that's a 4-year college in Florence, South Carolina. It's one of the cheapest colleges in South Carolina. So I went there for originally for engineering. That's why I picked that school, because my stepdad wanted me to be an engineer. I didn't really want to be an engineer because I'm not too good at math. I can do simple math, but when it starts using letters and numbers together, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. That's when I decided to switch my major, and then that's when I went for business marketing, and I really enjoyed it. While I was in high school, I took a marketing class. I love learning about business and how it kind of works and why businesses do certain things to draw people's attention and to get them to become customers. I went there for about a semester. I didn't really like it because it was kind of like a small town. It was a small town. It was a lot of local people went there, and it wasn't really something that I wanted to stay at and stay long term. So that's when I decided to go to Coastal Carolina University in Conway. And while being there, I really enjoyed myself. I had a good time. I had a lot of good experiences, but it was just a lot more expensive than Francis Marion. So that's when I decided to leave. I made Dean's List at Coastal Carolina and Francis Marion and had scholarships, but with me having all those, I still wasn't able to afford it because for the FAFSA information, I decided to use my mom's information. With me filling out that paperwork like that, too much on paper. So with that being said, I couldn't afford it anymore. So I decided to come back, and before I left to go to college, I was working at my current job that I'm at now. So I'd already been there for some time. They allowed me to do kind of like a leave, can go to college and come back whenever they can, so they can have like a summer job or work on breaks and everything like that. Built up the rapport and the history, but the whole time, once I already left, I didn't really want to go back home. Like, I already had that sense of freedom, being able to leave and come when I want to, and you know, being able to do what I want, not anybody really questioning me, buying my own groceries, not having anybody to worry about eating my groceries or anything like that. It was like, all right, when I came back, I was like, it's kind of time for me to move. So I stayed with my parents for about like a year or two, and then I was saving up my money, building my credit, and learning all these real world situations that I didn't learn in college. Like, college teaches you how to do this and that, but it doesn't teach you how to get this. It just teaches you have to work, you have to learn this information. But beyond learning all this information, they don't really teach you real world information. They don't teach you how to write a check, or they don't teach you how to change a tire. They don't have to teach you how to do your own taxes. They just teach you to get these jobs. That way you can just be a worker, and that way you can't really be independent and do things on your own. Yeah, college, I'm not saying you don't need it, but it's definitely not for everybody. I was going to college to get my marketing degree, so I always knew I wanted to be in business. I was thinking about moving out with some of my co-workers, the 3 of us, and then we were gonna get an apartment, and then we were looking at places that are closer to our job. You know, rent was gonna be about maybe like $2,000, but split 3 ways, so not too much, but still having to share a space with somebody. Not that I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, it's a lot better to have your own space and to have your own freedom to still do what you want. Like, say if I want to be up till 12 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock in the morning playing music, that's fine, because I won't be disturbing my roommates because they still have to work or they have to do this or that. Or say I want to bring people over, I don't want to disturb them, and kind of vice versa. It's kind of like living with your parents but still having to be mindful and courteous of others. I was still thinking about doing it. I was kind of strong about getting an apartment. Then I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, well, why don't you try buying a house or buying a condo? And I was like, Mom, like, I don't know, like, I just really started building on my credit. I don't really think I'm gonna get approved for it. I don't think I have that much of a rapport and much of a history to be able to do that. And she was like, well, how do you know if you don't try? So sure enough, I tried, and next thing you know, I started looking online for lenders that would accept me and give me a loan. Ended up getting a AmeriSave home loan, and that's an online based place where you can apply for a home loan and they'll give you that loan to get said place that you want to get. So there's 2 different kind of loans that you can get. You can get a FHA loan or a conventional loan. And a conventional loan is basically like having a credit card. So a credit card, you know, you can buy what you want. It's all built off of you having said information, and you don't really need any assistance or help. It's like you don't really need help from anybody else. But an FHA loan is kind of like having assistance from the government, be able to have housing. So FHA is a loan from the government, so you can have housing, and that way you can get a home. And there's only certain areas that are approved for FHA loan, and not all of them are bad. There's a lot of really nice areas, and like my location I'm in now, it's a really nice home. Whenever you're really thinking about moving out, kind of really plan it out. You want to be able to afford it, but also find a space that's really right for you. YouTube. So I just made it back home from flying my drone downtown. Had to stop by Best Buy and get some new things for the GoPro. Me and Mariah have a trip coming up, so I wanted to get a mount for my head, so when I'm on the roller coasters and everything, you know, I can be able to capture all the footage. And it came with this head mount right here. You know, it goes on your head like that. And yeah, it looks kind of jokey with this thing with my hair, but that's how it looks. And then the head mount goes right there like that. Flip for like hats, so you could put it on the back of your head, so you can get like the back POV of it and how it looks. I also bought a extra batteries, so that way when we go, we don't have to worry about the batteries running out. Because when we went to Middleton Plantation, the battery ran out, so I was like, yeah, that's not happening no more. Gotta make sure we have plenty of batteries. So I got 2 batteries, $87 for those 2 things. Finish up the conversation we were talking about earlier. In life, it's kind of about the pursuit of happiness. If you're able to stay with your parents or able to stay with your relatives, whoever you really live with right now, and you don't have to move out, definitely stay home. Stay home as long as you can. That way you can save up your money and you don't have to feel like you're being rushed to move out. You really want to be able to afford it, and not only that too, you don't want to just barely afford it. You want to afford it and then some, so you can kind of live comfortably and do the things that you want to do in life. Or you can create side businesses or side hustles to gain more money. You could like DoorDash, Uber Eats, the list goes on of things that you could really do. But my best word of advice is to really stay home as long as you can. But if your living situation isn't that good, then definitely try to get out of it. And when you do move out, you have your own freedom. You start to do things differently, and that'll make you enjoy life and see life differently in a good way, you know? You'll want to, you know, it'll make you want to be more productive and do things every day, almost even when I'm off of work. Like today, I woke up early, wrote some stuff down in my journals, and just took notes on what I can do today and what to do, and kind of make like a game plan. That way I'm in a more creative and productive mindset. Like I said, just don't rush into it, but if you need to, definitely move out whenever need be. It is a process that takes a while, and it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna come overnight. And it even make you wanna cook, you know, if you don't really cook too much, you wanna cook and do different things. You can have your friends come over, you can have your family come over, and this can just be like your own sanctuary. This will bring you peace and make you mentally happy. You can decorate things how you want to. You can set it up. You know, this is your own space. This is your peace. Your peace is here. Thanks for watching today's video. If you like, please comment, like, and subscribe. This is part 1, and this is gonna be like a series of how I decided to move out and how I decided to find my condo. And this is gonna be part 1 of the series, and I'm gonna keep rolling these videos out. Peace.